No one ever saw the face clearly. They only caught glimpses out of the corner of their eye. Just before the lights flickered, a shadow at the foot of their bed, a reflection in the glass when no one was there. It never spoke. It never moved. It just watched. Then, it took them. Liam Carter didn't believe in ghosts. Not in curses. Not in the supernatural. None of it. He was a man of logic, a software developer with a practical mindset. So, when he found a beautiful, one-bedroom apartment in the city for half the normal price, he didn't hesitate. The landlord, an old man with tired eyes, seemed nervous when handing him the keys. "You're sure about this place?" the old man asked. Liam scoffed. "Why wouldn't I be?" The old man hesitated. Then, a warning. "If you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you see something in the dark, just close your eyes." Liam frowned. "Excuse me?" But the old man had already turned away. The apartment was perfect. Spacious, modern, with large windows that overlooked the city skyline. The previous tenant had left some furniture behind. An antique mirror in the bedroom. A tall wooden wardrobe that looked older than the building itself. Liam fell asleep easily that first night, until the power went out. He woke up to pitch-black darkness. A strange pressure filled the room, like the air had thickened. His skin prickled. Then, from the darkness, a sound, soft where slow, breathing, in the corner of the room. Liam held his breath, his body frozen. His mind raced. Just the pipes, just the neighbors. But then, something moved. A shifting shape just at the edge of his vision. A shadow, standing in the corner, watching. His heart pounded. He reached blindly for his phone. No signal. He told himself it was a trick of his tired mind, a nightmare, nothing more. And then, the whisper. "Go back to sleep." A cold shiver crawled down his spine. He didn't move, didn't blink. Then he remembered the old man's warning. "If you see something in the dark, close your eyes." Slowly, painfully, Liam shut his eyes. The whisper came again. Closer this time. Good choice. Morning came. The shadow was gone. But something had changed. Liam tried to forget. He convinced himself it was a dream. He went about his day. Work, emails, meetings. But something felt off. His reflection in the bathroom mirror looked wrong. Not at first, but when he turned to leave, it didn't move right away. Like it was delayed. That night, the whispers came back. Software mocking. "I see you." Liam locked his bedroom door. He left the lamp on, the TV playing, anything to drown out the silence. At 3 a.m., the TV turned off. The lamp flickered, and in the corner of the room, the shadow was back, standing there, watching. It didn't move. It didn't speak. But when Liam closed his eyes, he felt it smile. The next day, he searched the apartment for anything out of place. That's when he noticed the wardrobe. He hadn't paid much attention to it before. It was tall, dark wood, its doors slightly ajar. Something about it felt wrong, like it was waiting. Liam hesitated, then pulled the doors open. Nothing. Just empty darkness. And yet as he stared inside, the darkness stared back. A whisper curled through the air. "You shouldn't have opened it." The door slammed shut. Liam stumbled backward, his breath caught in his throat. His phone buzzed. An unknown number. He answered. Static, then. "Did you see me?" Click. Liam was losing his mind. He had to leave. He grabbed his phone, his laptop, anything he could, and rushed toward the door. It wouldn't open. The locks were undone. The handle turned, but the door wouldn't budge. A cold breeze whispered past his ear. Liam turned. The antique mirror. His reflection was gone. A hand pressed against the glass, not his. A hand from the other side. Liam's breath hitched. The whisper came again. "Let me out." The mirror shattered. The lights went out. And in the darkness, the breathing returned. Closer, right behind him. Liam ran to his bedroom. He locked the door, pushed furniture against it, hands shaking. Then his phone rang again. The same unknown number. He almost didn't answer, but then the closet door creaked open. He hadn't touched it. He hadn't left it open. His heartbeat thundered in his ears. Slowly, with trembling fingers, he picked up the phone. He pressed it to his ear. Silence. Then, "Don't look under the bed." Liam's blood ran cold. A soft scratching came from under the bed. Long, slow, like nails dragging against the wood. Something was under there. He could feel it waiting. Then, a whisper. Not from the phone, not from the closet, from beneath the bed. "I've been waiting for you to notice me." Liam bolted. He didn't look, didn't breathe. He ran for the door. It was unlocked. The hallway lights flickered. And at the end of the hall, the shadow stood there, smiling, waiting. Liam slammed the door behind him and never came back. A new tenant moved in a month later. A young woman. Fresh start, new home. She ignored the warnings. The whispers began on the first night. She woke up to a cold breath against her ear. And a whisper. "I see you too." Then, a smile in the darkness, waiting, watching for the next one. Liam Carter never spoke about what happened in that apartment. He moved to another city. He never told his friends or family why, but the fear never left. At night, he still felt watched. Sometimes, his bedroom lights flickered. Sometimes, he caught glimpses of something moving in his mirrors. And then the phone call started again. Always the same unknown number. Always silence. Until one night, the whisper came. "Did you miss me?" Liam smashed his phone. It didn't matter. The whisper came anyway, right behind him. The new tenant, Emily Sloan, had heard the rumors about apartment 42. She didn't believe them. It was just an apartment, just a cheap, lucky find. She signed the lease without hesitation. The landlord gave her the same warning. "If you ever wake up at night and see something in the dark, close your eyes." Emily laughed. By the end of the week, she wasn't laughing anymore. Emily was exhausted from unpacking. She fell asleep easily. At exactly 3 a.m., she woke up. Her skin crawled. She didn't know why, until she realized the room was too quiet. Not normal silence. Heavy silence. Like something was holding its breath. Then she heard it. A soft rhythmic sound. Creak, 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 like someone rocking back and forth. She turned her head toward the corner and froze. There was something there, something tall and thin, sitting in her chair, rocking. Emily's breath hitched. The old man's warning came back. "Close your eyes." She squeezed them shut. The rocking stopped. A whisper brushed her ear. "You can't ignore me forever?" The air turned ice cold. She could feel breath on her face. Then, slowly, fingers touched her arm. Emily screamed, and the light flickered back on. The chair was empty, but the imprint of something's weight still dented the cushion. The next morning, Emily convinced herself she had been dreaming. She went to work, tried to forget. That night, she avoided her bedroom. She curled up on the couch, leaving the TV on for background noise. At 3 a.m., the TV glitched, static filled the screen. Then, her own face appeared. Emily blinked. The screen blinked back. Her reflection smiled. She wasn't smiling. Her stomach turned ice cold. Then the power went out. And in the sudden suffocating darkness, she heard it, breathing, right behind her. by the third night, Emily knew something was very wrong. She started researching the apartment's history. What she found made her blood run cold. Every tenant before her disappeared. No bodies, no explanations. Just gone. One thing connected them all. They all saw something in the dark. That night, she decided she needed to see it too. She left her bedroom lights off. She stood in front of the antique wardrobe that had been left behind. Its doors were slightly open. Something inside moved. A whisper curled through the air. "You shouldn't have come looking for me." Emily threw open the doors. Darkness, a void, stretching too deep. Then, hands, pale, boneless hands reaching for her. She stumbled back. The door slammed shut. She ran for the exit. But the front door wouldn't open. She grabbed her phone. No signal. And then, the closet doors creaked open on their own. Something inside was watching, waiting, smiling. Emily fled. Emily packed her bags. She didn't care about breaking the lease. She just needed to leave. At 3 a.m., she woke up to the sound of her phone ringing. Her blood went cold. She didn't want to answer, but something made her. She pressed the phone to her ear. Static. Then, her own voice. "Don't turn around." Emily's breath hitched. Something was right behind her. The room felt wrong, like it was breathing. Then, a tap on her shoulder. Cold. Slow. Emily didn't turn. She ran. She pulled at the door, yanking with all her strength. Then, the lights flickered, and for half a second she saw it. A reflection in the window. Tall, thin, grinning. And it wasn't behind her anymore. It was inside her reflection, watching, waiting for her to come back. Emily left. She never spoke about what happened. The landlord never mentioned her when the next tenant arrived. And the cycle continued. Because no matter how many people move in, the apartment never stays empty for long. And the thing in the dark, it never leaves. It just waits for someone new, someone like you. If you enjoy the story, subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment your thoughts about this video.